So I changed up target locations to find a different stock of predators. So they have Ahab, pretty cool, Jungle Hunter. Then I see this really big box back here. This is Ultimate Laser Hunter. And you see his head fell off. But I can put that back on hopefully. But he looks pretty over the top, kind of like Thanos, but I kind of dig it actually.
Well, I got it, guys. I can't believe this has been on the shelf for, well, probably about a year it's been on the shelf. I'm a little worried about his head. Hopefully it stays on when I stick it back on his neck peg. So as you can see, I did acquire the Lasershot Predator from Target, and I'm pretty excited about this. This guy is based off an old Kenner Predator figure, but NECA went back and gave him a revamp, gave him over 30 points of articulation. And he's got a nice little story. This guy is a bad blood. Bad blood predators are basically those who live outside the code of honor set forth by the mainstream classic predators. But let's go ahead and unbox him, and then we'll figure out if his head is salvageable. I think it is, because I still see his neck peg in good shape. Ah! Alright, so he's got a lot of accessories here. Something that you'd expect from NECA nowadays. And you can see there's a little tag on his head. So when you pull this out, his right eye will light up with LEDs when he's tracking his targets for his plasma caster. As for the other accessories, he's got a shield, which is something I've never seen on a Predator. That's pretty cool. He has two different heads for his harpoon in the back, and he's got a left hand with claws. And this one apparently attaches to his right gauntlet. Then he has a right hand right here with a closed fist. Then this is really exciting. He has a mask that I can put over his head, and that's something that I haven't played with yet. A removable mask for a Predator. Usually, I have to change the entire head out. Now his back is completely kitted out with this really high tech weaponry, and it's huge. This plasma caster is bigger than any plasma caster I've ever seen on a Predator. And on the right, that's the hook, the grappling hook that he has. Alright guys, I have unloosened the restraints on his torso and his arms, so he should pull right out. That was not easy at all. So my first order of business before taking out his accessories is putting his head back on. I really don't know how his head even came off. Like, I could see them at the factory. They were like, hey man, I want to go home early. What's this? Okay, that's good enough, bye. There you go. It's snapped into place. And this figure is as good as new. Well, freshly unboxed new. If I can get it to stand up. Ooh. This back is so heavy. Let me move his dreadlocks out of the way. There you go. So it kind of moves up his back. Oh, look at that. I don't know how I feel about weapons being that close to my head. So here's his plasma caster. Look at that. If he turns to the right, it's going to bang his head. And right here is his grappling hook up there. So luckily, this plasma caster and grappling hook, they do go back really easily. I feel like on a lot of other NECA figures, this thing would be like so hard to move, but this one's very movable. I'll just drive it right down the train, and look at that. This thing is really flexible. I like this. I think that's going to go into his grappling hook, yeah. Alright, so here are the accessories. I've taken them out of the packaging. That's his shield that goes on his right gauntlet. Here is his removable mask, which I'm very excited to try on. Here is part of his grappling hook. It's flexible. And these are the attachments that go on the head of the grappling hook. This piece right here goes on his right gauntlet. Here is a right closed fist hand. And here is an open left hand open with the claws extended. Let's go ahead and start with his mask. This is the little plastic insert that will... Oh, look at his lights on. Oh crap, it won't turn off. Well, that's kind of problematic. I feel like whenever they put these LEDs, it's always like really finicky. It doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Hitting this button on top should... Wait, there you go. Now it's off. Yeah, it's not working the way it should. Because sometimes it stays on, sometimes it doesn't. Whatever. I'll figure it out. Alright, let's go slap his mask on here. There! And you can see his eye is on, his LED light eye. Look at that. That's pretty cool. He looks intense. I like the Predators a lot when they have their masks on. It gives them that mysterious vibe to them. So very cool looking. Okay, let's try putting a shield on. There you go. I'm not sure what that's going to be useful for. I've never seen Predators use these. Well, yeah, I guess it makes sense. You know, he's going to be fighting other Predators because he has the bad blood. Maybe he'll be fighting other, maybe he'll be fighting some aliens as well. But against a human, I don't see how that could be useful since humans don't use melee weapons. Alright, I'm really curious about his grappling hook. He almost looks like a xenomorph with that tail. Ugh. I don't know how I feel about this harpoon. Whatever. I kind of gave up on that one. But this is basically what he looks like, guys. When he's all kitted out. Well, we'll put his shield back on. It's just hard to keep this thing in. I can make this hole a little bit bigger, maybe. But it's not staying in the way it should. Alright, so I do want to compare his height with other NECA action figures. So this is him compared to the newest NECA Predators. We got the Ultimate Scout, and then the Ultimate Borg Predator. And apparently he's actually friends with the Borg Predator, according to the box. Don't know if he's friends with this guy. Here he is compared to some of our movie stars from AVP, some of the young bloods. And you can see that Chopper is a little bit bigger than all these guys here. And compared to the humans, he does tower over Ripley and Hicks from Aliens. So, yeah, I really do like him. It's hard putting things into his right gauntlet here. Like, there's clearly a hole, but I feel like the hole's not quite big enough for it. And I don't want to mess around with it. It looks good the way he is. I don't really need a shield. He might have other ideas, though. But look at the armor details on this guy. It's so fantastic. All the sculpting they did on this. And then if you look on his belt buckle, some people said this was a Terminator head. It looks kind of like a Terminator head, but not quite. But it definitely does have some kind of cybernetic vibe to it. So I don't know. It's cool regardless. But I've got most of the things on him. It's too hard putting his grappling hook in. And it'll just be too cumbersome. But I like how easy it is to move his plasma caster and the other weaponry on his back here. But he is pretty top heavy though. So I wish there was a way I could just remove this. I don't think there is. Because he really is kind of heavy up here. So slight movement, I'm afraid it's gonna like fall over. But with a lot of Predator NECA figures, they do tend to fall over a lot. But it's so weird that when I first saw this guy, like pictures of him, and when I saw him at the store, I thought he would be the most inflexible Predator out there. But when I took him out of the box, this guy is very, very flexible. It's so easy to pose him. Now, that's not to say they're all like this, because maybe if I bought another Lasershot, he might not be as flexible, this guy. But he is really easy to move. I love that. Although I don't like how easy it is to move his pelvic area here. But overall, I like how flexible he is. He's like the most flexible Predator I purchased from NECA. And for the $3 that I actually spent on this, it's kind of a win-win for me. Now, it's kind of funny. Like, when I was first buying these Predators, I was like, hey, I'm just going to focus, or I'm just going to buy all the movie Predators. Like the Super Predators, the Classic Predator. But then, I bought the Dead End Predators. I thought they looked pretty cool.
And then I bought this guy for $3, and I'm like, wow, this guy's actually really, really cool. You know, I feel like I'm denying myself a whole world of Predators if I only stick to the movie Predators. You know, I still want to focus on the movie Predators, but after getting this guy, it's like, you know, I think the door is open for getting all these Predators. Because this guy, you know, at first I thought he looked kind of ridiculous. He still kind of looks ridiculous, but he is actually really rad. And I like how they modified the old Kenner look, because this does kind of scream 90s on it with how over the top he is and this color scheme. And obviously NECA, you know, updated it so he looks really modern, but at the same time it retains that old 90s vibe to it, and that's pretty amazing how NECA was able to accomplish that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you guys later.